My bad. Y'all know this technology. Y'all know I got all this new technology, man, fucking me up in here. I'm trying to, I'm coming. I'm like in the early 1900s now. I'm coming out of the Amish phase into like the early 1900s. Give me a little bit while longer. I catch up to the 21st century technology here. But yeah, Don Bishop, I have no idea what he's talking about. I have no idea what he's talking about. He's his own man, yet he's still alive. That's what he said. He said something about he lied. And I'm gonna tell you something too. And this is really a separate topic. But did you notice that we said, okay, why your name is not Allah? He said, I'm my own man. When we asked him, if you white, right? He was sure to say he's 100% Boricua. So you do understand lineage. You understand that. But somehow you don't understand lineage in the nation. See, that's what I'm saying. It's a strictly disrespect thing, son. I'm telling you, man. This shit is white supremacy in people's minds. That see, if white people is doing something, we gotta respect that. But we don't need to respect any rules when it comes to the 5%. But I'm gonna tell y'all another thing, man. I think y'all gonna have to start punching people in the face. Not because of me, because of y'all. It's not because of me. Because see, this is what I be noticing. Right? Because Al-Kim, what's his name? That's not Al-Kim Salam. My bad. I didn't. My bad. But, what's your brother? Akmini. He said, don't make me come get my Hebrew Israelite on. Yeah, hey, listen, man. But, I just know that there's something in everybody's mind where we gotta respect. If the white man give you rules for YouTube and Facebook, you follow them. And that's the only reason you still got a page. But if the black man say, we got rules, now those are not to be respected. You see, y'all gonna have to start punching people in the face. And the reason why I think is because this is what I be seeing, like in the comment section and shit, right? People come in the room, be, yo, peace God, peace to the God, peace to the earth, yo, nation, peace, yo, family, peace. Then as soon as they get into it with me, all y'all motherfuckers is followers. You see how that works? Felix Almanzar said lately, it seems like a lot of characters are coming out of the woodwork at either the school or individual guides. What's that all about? I think we backing them into a corner. We smoking them out. we touching nerves out there. God now. See, before the Random Rules channel, shout out to Supreme Scientist, since we've had the Random Rules channel, it's not safe to go back in the water. I think it's kind of a last stand. Like a last stand, you know what I mean? Especially, they gotta make their move while it's still some older brothers around, right? That might, say, let them alone. Smoking them out. See, we hitting on the topics now that they can't be a part of in our world, G. They can't be a part of that. See, you can't be a part of the boxing class in that world. You can't, be bringing your idea to fruition for the art class from that world. So those are the things they're not going to understand. And those are the things that they're going to be sensitive about, because, when the real exists, the fake is exposed. Once the real is revealed, the fake is exposed. So see, all those people out there, if you notice, see, we come on here and we talk about, all types of sciences, from biology to physics to chemistry to history to mathematics, arithmetic, etc., etc. See, it was the simplest question, a question of culture. What's your righteous name? See, our names is a part of our culture, a part of a lineage of this. This shit ain't about worshiping no man. He said he Boricua, right? What your name is? Rivera? Rodriguez? Who the fuck's name is that? And why are you walking around with that? But you don't know why your name would be Allah. You're your own man. That's what I'm saying. I don't need to get into all that shit with you. Same thing happened with Mr. Flat Earth. Fuck all your formulas. Let's live it out. Take a picture of me from Philly. That's what, see, if we was going to sit there and debate what's the formula for this and how is this empirical value calculated, and, is it gravity, or, is it a convention and the term should be relative? Yeah. Take a picture of me from Philly. That's how I be telling you, B. All this stuff without, you can look that up. Yeah, like I said, guy, I do this shit in public, guy. Y'all done seen it a couple times. When a person come in, I give them the mathematics. Where I tell them where they get the meaning, guy. If y'all ever seen me In all the time y'all been seeing me have the class, have y'all ever seen me give a motherfucking mathematics like that? You can look that up. Now, they come back, right? What you can't look up is how we use it in this culture. You might go watch a video and decipher some things about the language. Like you know what the words transliterate to, but you don't really know the meaning. That's how you see who these people are, man. I don't know how y'all ain't noticed that. That as soon as something happens, when I say something to them, we get into it, then the subscribers, the random Jew subscribers have to be thrown under the bus. You know, all I can say is we still got work to do. Yeah, everybody, you know, people as followers, you know, like I said yesterday, you know, what people call being a follower, we used to call being one mind. Like I asked this man, you know, why your name is not Allah. He said he's his own man. But, you know, you use supreme mathematics. You know, actually he didn't particularly say that. Maybe he doesn't. Do you use supreme alphabet? Because who does it tell you Allah is? Allah is arm, leg, arm, supreme head. So what the fuck is he talking about? What does being your own man have to do with that? See, he ain't understanding, G. See, that's what I'm saying. You know the language, but see, every time we say Allah, you don't know what we mean. See, when I say, man, Allah has 5%, right? Or if I say to you, Don Bishop, if I say peace, Allah, other people don't know what we mean, God. You can't get that off of the internet. See, when we say, when we all come together, we one, they don't know what we mean when we say that. They don't know, right? We using the same word. But because they're not a part of this culture, they don't know what we mean, God. And those simple things like that is how you're going to see. You're not going to see from, you know, trying to, those are your people, K-Bo. I don't know, you know, there's just some very basic things. Wow, I don't even recall that one, man. Don Bishop said it reminds him of the brother that came on the live, and I asked him to show and prove he was God, and he failed miserably talking about birds and rats. Yeah, that's because I have no idea. Like saying that would be the flyest shit that I seen in the whole time. If he could start off a sentence, a paragraph with birds and rats, and finish up with, so you see clearly, it shows that the black man is God. That'd be some fly shit. So you have to give him credit if you do that. Cause that's, man. Yeah, I don't know, but you know, yeah, K-Ball, we was just saying that, you know, the brother was just asking, you know, why does it seem like all of a sudden people is coming out the woodwork? And I was telling them that, you know, we smoking them out. We backing them into a corner where they ain't got nowhere else to hide. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we touching nerves. But look, that's what we want to happen. We want to know who they are. We don't want him in there with us in the whole time. See, because he his own man. Like, see, you seen how, you know, for instance, when you look at the George Floyd situation, right? And how you had individuals that was infiltrating the revolts and the protests, right? And doing bullshit that ain't had nothing to do with George Floyd. They was trying to push their own agendas or just cause confusion in general. So now, at the end of the day, you know, we flip from George Floyd, you know what I mean, to, you know, uh, uh, you know, Will Smith slap, uh, uh, Chris Rock. And that's what we paying attention to. In the meantime, look at all the important shit that's going on right now, from Supreme Court justices being named, you know what I'm saying, to motherfucking gas prices sky fucking high. You know what I mean? The price, like, so you can't even go to the bodega no more without spending like $20. Like, just in the bodega, like the price of a regular water, everything is up. Exactly, true self is distraction. Exactly, clouds of deception. But that's why you gotta smoke these people out, because see, when they in your midst, man, and now you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta worry about the clouds of deception from the outside, but then there's motherfuckers amongst you. And those people is infinitely more dangerous than the enemy. They the real enemy. Even if we talking about within yourself, if you got an idea to do something and then you got some other ideas that you really can't do it, how the fuck you gonna be successful like that? Like how you know what I mean? Or you want to do something, but you smoke crack. You want to do something, but you smoke crack. Nigga, that's the enemy, son. You got to stop that before you could go conquer whatever the fuck it is you want to do. You want to start a business. Alright, yeah, it's going to be certain, you know, you got to find a location. You got to go on whatever it's saying. You smoke crack first, though. You don't really believe you could do it first. It's not just, you know, when you in a whole group of people and then you pointing the finger at everybody else. I'm talking about everything what you doing. You might want to do something, but you got a particular habit that works against that. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know, you don't like to get up early or whatever it might be. That's your enemy right now. And if you don't smoke that out, you ain't gonna be successful. The dude who was defending Lord Jamar and said he teach what he know, then you came back and said, boy, you truth, you don't know nothing. Stop it, I did not say that. Why you gonna say? I did not say that. But oh, I know you talking about. Oh man, yeah, he disappeared when I tried to tell him. I tried to tell him, yo, bro, I don't want to post. I don't want to post that video, the excerpt. You know what I'm saying? Because I had cut the part that was, you know what I'm saying. I was like, look, you know what I'm saying. Let's leave that between me and you, G. You don't want the world to see that. And then I don't think he liked the title, you know what I'm saying. But I mean, it was apropos. Flat Earther debunks flat Earth. That's what he did. See, listen, man, about this. When you examine, right? Don't get in the man's way. Don't get in a person's way, because they can prove who they are infinitely better than you. don't get in their way, man. Woo. Mecca Divine Wisdom, peace from Champaign, Illinois. Just want to say I had to sit through an ad for a ham sandwich to get to this lesson. So let's get this. Now that's foul. Listen, man. I got wait. We got pause. YouTube. Come on. Listen. Alphabet Corporation. You know, even in terms of your business model, my viewership is not going to patronize. Like, ain't y'all supposed to have some, like, demographic thing down there where you know, haven't y'all been tracking? Y'all must got your ad blockers on. I think that's what it is, Mecca Divine Wisdom. You got your ad blockers on. You didn't hit the button on. You got the iPhone. You didn't hit that button that make them not track you. So they don't know. They don't have your habits down pat. So they just showing you any old commercial right now. You gotta tweak your algorithm or something. Probably tomorrow, what you gotta do, right? Look at a video. Look at a video on YouTube about dietary law somehow, like a video about veganism or something, and it resets your algorithm, because what I've been seeing is some kind of Muslim school or something. Every time I look at the videos, that they collecting money for something. I haven't ever really paid full attention to it, but yeah, I've seen some wild commercials. I've seen some wild commercials. Uh, come on this channel too. Said, have you seen the Paris Harvey video? Uh, I hear a lot about her. Boundary. I don't, who is that? Like, I know she's Steve Harvey's daughter, but like I said, I'm just now coming. I'm just coming into the early. I'm in the early 1900s on my technology, so I guess she's probably big on the gram. I don't know, but I'm getting up to speed. I'm rolling with the young. Uh, Me and Smoke Dowd, we break it down about all that kind of stuff. Our Bishop said there's a dude on the gram who came to me for knowledge of self. He older than me and is stuck in his ways, refuses to raise above his own six. So I stopped wasting time and searching for that does not exist. I mean, yeah, it's not that much. That's another group that you guys gotta stay out of their way. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I said, to learn something, right, takes discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just uh, a part of being a teacher, right? And on every level, right, there's a certain level in a certain way you can apply discipline. You know what I'm saying? So let's say, for instance, an example, you know what I'm saying, uh, like you box, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, when you come in, you know what I'm saying, you a kid, preteen or whatever, young teenager, and you come in, they just telling you, yo, yeah, run around the ring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, do jumping jacks. You know what I'm saying? And you just do it, you know what I mean, because, the just the natural interaction between the ages. You know what I'm saying? But, once you get, you got the belt, you know what I'm saying? You done came through the ranks, you won the fucking gold gloves, you won the Olympics and shit. Now you got a belt. Dude can't just tell you run around the ring. You gotta have that discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you young and shit, say you going to the Olympics, you still at that age, you like 17, 18, 19. Your trainer could just come in the room, turn the mattress over, throw you out the bed and shit, until you get the fuck up and go do your laps. Can't do that to the champ. You know what I'm saying? See, the champ has to have that discipline already. He's got to already have had that ingrained in him, you know what I'm saying, so that he can apply it. You see what I mean? So it's the same way when you try to teach somebody older, they got to already have that discipline. Like, I could give you the lessons, and you could come around, but you already, you know what I'm saying, like certain things, I ain't got to tell you what's man shit and what's not. Like, if you coming around, you 13, 14, 15, 16, yeah, you still learning all of those lessons. All of that's coming with the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Because, you getting it from grown men that's been through things in life, you know what I mean? They seen these lessons in motion. You know what I'm saying? Not just 120 lessons, but all the different, things that we learn as 5%. They've seen it in motion. You know what I mean? They've seen it succeed. They've seen it fail. They've seen it go down the middle. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, with them, that's all you could do. You know what I'm saying? It's not a 5% thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a old adage. See, an old dog can only teach theyself new tricks. See, that saying, a lot of people interpret it. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. That an old dog can't learn new tricks. I've seen old dogs learn new tricks, but they gotta teach themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Even if that teaching themselves comes in the form of having enough humility to be disciplined by somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason. Look, even in the army, you think the only reason they don't want you at a certain age is because you can't do the shit? Nah, nigga, you ain't gonna listen. Oh man, Mecca is wisdom. Yeah, that Mecca divine wisdom. Those are the worst kind. Those YouTube ads where you can't press skip. Yeah, that is. Ah man, listen, YouTube, y'all can't do my people like that. We. I know y'all trying to make $1, but you gonna fuck it up. Somebody down there in the ad department is not doing their job right. Y'all gotta get that. Y'all gotta get that under control. Wait, what? A 12-year-old shot her cousin, then herself. Damn. 12 years old? Oh, wait. The cousin is a boy? I think I might have saw that article, but you know what it is, guys? Sometimes, man, when I see an article like that, like if I'm not in the certain kind of mind state, I'll be like, man, I don't even want to read that shit, G. Like, I don't even want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want that shit. I'm PTSD enough. Sometimes I just skip right over it. But I think was it a boy cousin? I thought the one I saw said they was brother and sister, but I did see something where they was saying that they was supposed to be they was playing with the gun or something and they both got shot. Yo, that is crazy. Like, because I'm wondering, like, what was this, like a suicide pact or something? What happened with that? Just that, somebody with 12 years old, uh, is at the point of stress already where they feel like they gotta shoot themselves. Damn. man, Don Bishop. That's Don Bishop. You just you don't worry about the 304s, Don Bishop. Don't disregard Don Bishop. Disregard. True self said discipline is to have respect, which is a process of learning. Indeed, you know what I'm saying? It's you know it's I it's just a matter of if you can't accept the external discipline, you gotta have the internal discipline. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is, like you know what I'm saying. Say like you the type like yo, you can't work for the white man or whatever. Let's you know what I'm saying. Let's just say you can't work in corporate America. Let me not even say the white man, right? But you gotta have the discipline now to start your own business, and you know what I mean. Do whatever or go learn how to live in off nature or whatever it is. But all of that still gonna take X amount of discipline. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's one of them things where you're going to learn. Uh, it's just a matter of if it's the hard way or the easy way. Yeah, that's what it is. They turning the church into a masjid and they collecting funds. You know what I mean? I guess that's like the Umar Johnson of the Arab world. The Umar Johnson of the Arab world is collecting funds. Ah man, it's a video on Instagram of it. Ah man. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I did see it, but nah, I ain't even read it, guy. Like shit like that, I don't be wanting to read it, dude. Like even with shit, sometimes if it's like for instance, when I first heard about the George Floyd shit, and you know what I'm saying, I didn't want to see that shit. Like the Ahmaud Arbery shit was the same way. The first times I usually don't watch it. You know what I mean? But then I think about something I heard Emmett Till mom say in terms of why she left the casket open. You know what I'm saying? So people could, see the reality. You know what I mean? It don't be something that's just like swept under the rug. Like people just speaking in hushed tones. Like yeah, we hear that a teenager got killed and this happened and that happened. Like nah, you know what I mean? You gotta look at the shit and face the reality. You know what I'm saying? So like with a situation like George Floyd or was the brother out there in Staten Island with the cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? Like at first I don't be want to look at it, but it'd be like, nah, this is like something. But when it's a situation like this though, with the 14 and 12-year old, I was like, oh man, I had enough. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, that is a crazy story. She went to ask him a question, the gun went off and fell to the floor and shot her too. Yeah, nah. like that video. Complete said discipline is the decision to do something. Yeah, that's, they gotta make their own. Yeah, it's, you know, all the decisions is on them. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, even like in your family, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, uh, Christianity is thrust upon me. You know, and then I chose this for myself. It's the same thing for our babies. See, we thrust them upon them as them, you know, being a part of our cipher. But they gotta make their own decision. True Self said, if the God you now is in the rest with babies, then most certainly there needs to be a lockbox. Yeah, I guess today, man, because it's a, you know, like the consciousness of certain things. Like you know, that wouldn't be something, like even if you heard that, right? Wouldn't you think that story would have went the other way? I'm not saying that it should have went the other way or nothing, but I'm just saying that in my mind, it would just be more likely that the little boy was playing with the gun. But, you know, I guess just the consciousness of all kids towards things like that. Like, yeah, you gotta treat it differently. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, you know, back in the days, you know, you grow up with, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, you got, especially in the South, you know what I mean? You got dudes that, you know, they go hunting before school. You know what I'm saying? And it don't, you know, have that same type of impact with them, you know, something like that happening. So, yeah, I guess you gotta take that extra step now. BC Ram said, I still never watched the George Floyd Voice video to this day. Yeah, don't. I mean, if you know, if you made it this far without seeing it, yeah, I wouldn't watch it. You know, and you know, especially with the George Floyd one, that's probably that's the slowest I ever seen somebody pass away. Like the you know, just the longest amount of time. Like, you know, all of those things is a little different impact depending on what kind of person you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, you know, shooting somebody from across the street is different from strangling somebody, you know, with them fighting back and you know, it's different. And for uh, law enforcement, I'm speaking hypothetically. Uh, so just that, you know, the George Floyd one, you know, if those are the type of things you don't want to see, then yeah, that's definitely one that you don't want to see. I think I did hear that. When did that happen, VC Ron? I did. I think I heard about that too. The dude, the dude carjacked the lady and ran her over twice. Man, St. Louis, what's going on in St. Louis, man? It's this desperation is really setting in out here. Don Bishop said that's why I couldn't see the whole movie Say Goodbye to Uncle Tom. I'm a father of a son and the moon. I can't watch scenes of original females being violated by the devil. You know, Complete said guns have no gender, neither do their handlers. I mean that's true, especially in this day and time. But I'm just saying, it's a little bit different, man. It's a little bit different, you know. It's just something about that. I'm not saying that it wasn't always women that was gangster or whatever, but I know you got Ma Barker and it's Cleopatra, straight killers. I understand that, but when you got the people that's supposed to be nurturing life, like I seen they I seen this shit where the people is in the store. I can't even recall what kind of store it is, right? And I don't know if it's the store camera or the person got their phone or whatever, but the camera is looking out the door of the store, right? And all of a sudden, a car pulls up like real fast, right? And these two girls jump out. Then you notice, they got like, son, these is like Desert Eagles, G. They got like some big guns. And they just start shooting, boom, boom. They duck down, boom. You hear some shots, they boom, 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 boom. And I'm looking at this like, yo. I mean, God, maybe I'm old fashioned. To me, that shit looked bug. And I'm talking about, they shot out. It was like a minute, like it was going, wasn't like no boo, 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 boo. And then be out. It was like boo, boo. Boo, 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 boo. And I'm like, what? It's like, son, at the time, I'm thinking this shit gotta be staged. And then, like, when shit was over, put this shit in, boom, got in the car and shit, pulled off. You know what I'm saying? How they say on the West Coast? Mobbed off, son. And I'm sitting here like, is this for real? Is this for real? Like, see, and something that I always notice, for most women, that's kind of a line. You know what I mean? Like once they could be all into the street shit. But once they start having kids and shit, things change and shit. You know what I'm saying? These particular women look like they was, maybe even over the age to already be having kids. But I mean, to me, that's crazy, guys. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, it might be one little kid that he got a whole bunch of older brothers, or maybe he don't got no older brothers, or it might be something that pulled him out there. He might be 11, 12, 13. He already strapped up out there doing his thing. But if you just see, a whole city of, 11, 12, 13, now something's wrong. Something's wrong. This is not just one problem child. You know what I'm saying? That we can kind of, deal with as a one-off. You know what I mean? So, yeah, to me, that's it's a societal sign, man. Like, this was during the pandemic. It was these two girls. They was about 13 or 14, and they carjacked a cab driver, a Uber driver, and you know, in the midst, they jump in the car. He's struggling with them. In the midst of whatever, the girl pulls off, but she doesn't know what she's doing. As she pulls off, the dude is hanging on to the door. The door is open. She pulls off. The dude slams into a pole. He passed away. They don't even get. They get to the corner. Like I said, she don't know what she's doing. She's trying to turn. She already sped off. She's trying to turn, going about 90 miles an hour. The car takes flight. Flips all over it. The two girls is, I mean, on face value, they looked okay. They got out of the car, right? And the one girl, like, you know, she got out of the car, but she was stunned. Like, she was stunned. Like, she was like, yo, where's my cell phone? You know, she was, and people was like, yo, are you all right? She's like, my cell phone, my cell phone. It's like, yo, shorty, you know, after what just happened, you need to be the fuck out. You know, like, if you about that life, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the people that's being drawn in to that type of stuff is, you know, there's a difference between people that got problems and a society that got problems. And the way things is starting to happen right now, to me, it seems like the society got problems. That, you know, I just, you know, like, when's the last time you seen girls doing double dutch? Playing jacks. I mean, I know these is, you know, they got video games and shit now, but I'm just saying that, you know, that's to me, that's a bridge to another. We don't want to go there. Right, Radio Raheem from uh not Fight the Power, Do the Right Thing. Yeah, that was big and shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially because, you know, you gotta remember from my perspective, right? Like, you know, y'all, you know, a lot of y'all might not have had the knowledge then. To us, man, that's the God. The God just got choked out of the movie. Yeah, we like when we see when he comes out and just the way he built and his name is Raheem, we like, yeah, that's the guy. And not for nothing, Spike Lee, there was a period of time when he always had a guy in the movie. So yeah, when Raheem gets choked out, yeah, we take that kind of personally, G. And yeah, that was, you know, between, like I said, us identifying with him, you know what I'm saying, as the God, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, him being a favorite character in the movie, yeah, that was definitely, that stood out. You know, that's another thing I've been seeing for a long time and I haven't watched it. How is that? 793rd said at the end of the documentary 13 or 13th, they show clips of all the incidents caught on video, some I never even knew of. How is that joint? I've been seeing it for a long time, and sometimes you get these kind of, like, y'all can tell I'm not, I don't like purely academics. Those people that, you're academic. You understand what I'm saying? And, one of the reasons those people become academics is because they're not able to operate well in the world of empiricism and application. So you know all the science, but you ain't never invented nothing scientific. You ain't never discovered. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you teach at the medical school, but I wouldn't let you operate on it. So, I didn't know if that, when I saw it, for whatever reason, it just struck me as something that was going to come from that perspective. And that's another category of things that I don't really watch. I don't really watch stuff, especially if it's supposed to be like the real story of something that I was there. I'm always disappointed, so I don't even watch that. Oh yeah, see, VC round, you got to go outside and start teaching, son. 10-year-old shoots and kills brother. What kind of shit is that? Oh. But yeah, that's man. See, we gotta, like, I'd rather go back to we gotta go back to talking about crazy people. This stuff here, man. See, that's what I'm saying, man. This is you know, this, I don't know how old the brother is, but if this one is 10, I mean, at a certain age, people don't die. I don't know if the brother was older or younger, but if he's anywhere near his age, like, people don't die at that age. Especially today in this new world where, kids don't even play and nothing that's dangerous. Like back in the days, you had, kids drown swimming somewhere they ain't supposed to be swimming. But how often do that happen now? Kids even, be somewhere unsupervised. You know what I'm saying? That's, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It reflects on the greater society. You know what I mean? We a nation inside of a nation as the 5%, but also as black people, right? We a nation inside of the nation, right? We a culture inside of the culture. So yeah, it's reflecting something about the greater outside culture, but it's also reflecting something about our culture where, that's that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? You know, just like chicks like you know, uh, there was a situation in the summertime where the girl walks right up on the sidewalk and shoots the other girl in the head. Like the way she did it, like it wasn't. It was, she gets out the car, and this how to me, I'm like, yo, it's either one way or the other. Either this was your first time, or you like a seasoned vet where like you was just like fuck it, you just did your cover and shit. You know what I mean? Because it was like the way she left the car, it was like, you know what I'm saying, it took you a little bit extra moments, like you ain't leave it like you was thinking about making a getaway really. You know what I'm saying? And then she got out the car with her purse and shit. They fucking like that's like she's still being a lady. Like what the fuck? She still would be a lady about it and shit and bring her purse and shit. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is crazy, man. It's not funny, but that was the dude's. That was the actor's name, Steve White, that played the guy at the door on Mo Better Blues. Now in that movie, we was always wondering who he got to, who he consulted, who he got as the consultant for the 5%, because we was like, yo, you know, this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Like, he dropping some real science here. Like, he ain't just putting God at the end of a sentence. He was dropping some science in that. Like, yeah, that was the thing. How we going to the movies, and the guys is in the movies. You said, how is C a lot doing? The one that be at the school a lot? Oh, you talking about when you came? Yeah, Sela is he's much better. You know what I'm saying? The last time I seen him, his weight was up, but yeah, right now he got a rested body, man. You know what I mean? Trying to build himself back up. Man, the brother was 12. You see, that's what I'm saying. I never looked at it like that. Mr. Spock said we all hip hop culture between 10 and 60 years old. Everybody between 10 and 60 years old is hip hop culture. That's approximately, I can agree with that, yes. I never looked at it like that before. heard about who? Kim? Sister Spike said Steve White is from Medina, born in '61. He didn't need too much help. Yeah, Spike used to rest across the street from the Medina rally. You see Spike all the time. He say peace to the guys. If you know, for the people that's from New York, they know right there. But right on Fort Greene Place in DeKalb, Spike used to rest over there. Yeah, Kim, I don't know if I heard about that. I gotta check it out. Oh, Amar the Great Mind. Yeah. Ah, man, yeah. Yeah, that's man. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, damn, Kim too. You was about to make me go. you, you was about to make me like, God damn. I was like, yeah, no, I don't think I heard that about Kim. Yeah, this shit. But yeah, Amar the Great Mind. Yeah. Yeah, his sister used to rest around the corner though. His sister used to rest on what's that street that come past the hospital and go straight across to the mall? It goes from the mall, it goes through the highway on that side of the Commodore Barry Park. She used to live down there. And they pops used to live over there too. Yeah, I used to see her too. See, I don't know, listen, this is we this is late night. This is late night. So look, look. This is all in jest right here. This is all in jest. You know what I mean? We not going in. But see, this is what Saladin wants to trademark for. So then Spike had to pay him. So you wouldn't be able to tell any of our stories without permission from the Big Brother Almighty. Who Spike Lee never lived. I don't know, like when mm, I don't think I knew him. Like I used to see him. I don't think I knew him before She's Gotta Have It though. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? He was already a grown man when I met him, so I can't say where all he lived, but I'm saying I used to see him there. Yeah, Jan Sport Posse. See, we should have stopped. We should have stopped the bullshit then when all this Jan Sport when this what's the other thing y'all said y'all had? Is that what y'all said y'all had? The jazz sport patches? See, we should have stopped them. We should have stopped them when they was doing that. And the world wouldn't be like this now. Oh yeah, the strings, yeah, JanSport strings. What that? Come on, man. That's what we should have known. Everything was taking a turn for the ignorant. See, I didn't even know that was happening. I found out about that on here. See, that's what I'm saying. We should have smacked y'all in the head when y'all was children, and then y'all have discipline now. Can't tell y'all nothing now. Acting crazy over some book bag strings. Oh man, the leaf patches. They had to come on the they had to come on a loud they had to come on a loudspeaker at my school. They had to come on a loudspeaker at my school and say that that the Dr. J's the principal came on and said he called Dr. J's on 3rd Avenue, and they said, no, you can't get a pair of sneakers for 20 leaf patches. How much it was? It was like for 20 leaf patches or so, you got a free pair of sneakers and shit. Yeah, I'll never forget. I seen my man Jimmy in the hallway saying, with like 800 leaf patches. This nigga comes out the staircase, son, with like 800 leaf patches, son. And mind you, when he comes out the staircase, it's because he seen me walk past through the window, and he's coming out to take my leaf patch. When I turn around and see him, it's oh, man. Yeah, the JanSport, yeah, that wasn't. Like, I asked around. You know, I asked even, women that's my age. Like, do you remember, like, when the fly dudes had JanSport strings? They was like, what? Like, they was like, JanSport strings? Fly, like, nah, you ain't get no power, you no motherfucking JanSport strings. But yeah, whatever happened, I don't know. Somehow they became the hot commodity. So they had them in all different materials. You got leather ones. What other materials? You had suede. I ain't gonna front. If they had the JanSport strings and velour, y'all might have got me down. If they had the velour strings, and the shit was like two-tone or some shit, then I probably got that. I probably would have noticed it then. Like, oh shit, what's that, son? You got the strings and shit. Yeah, I mean, I can't call that. There's a couple of things that surfaced in New York. There's a couple of things that surfaced in New York in the early '90s that I would have never fathomed that would have happened. Uh, the Bloods, you know, just a few years earlier. I mean, you know, because I'm still the generation that, like, you know, we didn't even listen to West Coast music. Then you had a few people started to cut through. Ice Cube definitely, you know what I'm saying? Scarface, uh, Common. You know, you had a few people cut through. Uh, King T and the Alcoholics and that whole crew and shit. That Exhibit came out of there too, and you know, definitely when uh, I remember the first time, like the first, like it was West Coast shit that was around. You know what I mean? We might have heard a little Ice T, but it really, for me, the first time, you know, I stand outside on the block and a motherfucker came through pumping that straight out of Compton, son. Yo, son, you gotta run that back. Like, and then he had this shit in his car. Yo, fam, you gotta play that again. Like, what the fuck is that, son? When the nigga said, I'm taking suckers out daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly, until a sucker motherfucker see clearly. You know what I'm saying? We ran that back like 100 times. You know what I'm saying? Uh, oh shit, y'all had sway strings. Y'all had the velour, son. If you ain't got the velour, shit ain't right. By the time the chronic came, which the chronic definitely pushed things to another level without a doubt. But you know, yeah, that the sound was established. You know what I'm saying? The sound of you know, they was already on the map and shit. You know what I mean? And now the envelope was just getting pushed. You know what I mean? You know, even I'm gonna tell you something, man. You know, not taking nothing from Ice Cube. Ice Cube is definitely one of the top niggas and shit. You know, at his peak. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the Who's the Mac Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? That Ice Cube is you know, East Coast, West Coast. Ice Cube is, but I think I like Ren a little bit better, son. I think Ren might have been a little bit nicer. Like Cube, he had the voice and the delivery and shit. Unstoppable, unmistakable. You know, you gotta put him in DMX. And even though a lot of people don't like to, like when I do that, but I think he belongs in that category in terms of delivery. 6ix9ine. DMX, dudes that you don't have to speak the language that they speaking to know what they mean. when you hear DMX record, you know what he mean, right? You don't have to speak English. You know what I'm saying? When you that first record, what was that record, Gummo or something? And you see them out there, it's like, yo, you could tell, yeah, this some gangbanging shit right here. Like, these niggas ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? But I thought that probably lyrically, man, and just in terms of flows, you know what I mean? Ice Cube really pretty much had one flow. I like Ren, man. You know what I'm saying? Ren had that Mayday on the front line shit. That's one of the top hip hop records of all time. See, I'm New York City. Like, I got certain places where I got certain places where I spent a little more time. But, it's different places that I'll go around, right? Or you might meet somebody and they'll say, oh, nah, you from around my way. Like, nah, you should, nah, I used to be around here. Nah, it's different places where. See, I went to high school in Medina. The desert, all out there your way. You know what I'm saying? I used to be out there late 80s, early 90s. Only place, well, really, even, Staten Island, I got some history out there too, but it's just later, not in my formative years. You know what I'm saying? But, and of course, I spent a lot of time in Harlem, you know what I'm saying, just from, being in the knowledge and coming around, dealing with the brothers. So, I don't really go too much places where people don't know me. I don't know somebody over there, you know what I'm saying, from my era. Like I was saying the other day, is dudes that I seen them, in the Clubhouse app, and I came in the room and the dude, he ended up knowing me from this Black Whites wrestling in the late 80s. So I'm New York City. I go wherever I'm. Man, I was born. I don't know if you wanna start getting into that kind of, I don't know if people was ready for that. You said you admit y'all mess with some West Coast sounding music. Well, nah. See, here's one thing that I think makes y'all full of cap with that. Is that Y'all don't recognize those people either. Like when y'all start talking, when the West Coast people start talking about the founders of the West Coast hip hop, why they don't never mention LA Dream Team? Why don't they never mention any of those first groups? You know what I'm saying? Ice-T, they don't talk about all. He had a couple of, he had a couple of all right jump offs. But how many of y'all remember when Ice-T had that rock and roll band? Like saying, you gonna tell me that you saw Breaking and you thought that was the same as Beat Street? You was like, oh shit, yeah, this is the same shit. You saw Shabba-Doo and you thought he was the same as Mr. Wiggles? Y'all don't recognize that either. They call somebody Uncle Snoop that's from the 90s. Uncle L is from 1984. Y'all don't recognize those people either. Hip hop starts with NWA to y'all too. I don't hear nobody talking about no legends before Easy. And that's the same thing we singing. LA Dream Team was whack. And y'all know it. And that's why y'all don't bring it up. When people started getting it right, we started recognizing it. Same thing, look, in the NBA, right? There's been players in Europe, but they wasn't no competition until the Dream Team. When the Dream Team Olympics happened, there was a couple of European dudes that held their own. Now that they game is up, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got y'all skill up. Yeah, we get niggas from over there every year. But you're not going to tell us that these clutch that you had back in 79, 80 could have played against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Stop it. That's my question to everybody that blames New York for not listening to hip-hop. Once again, just like with the Flat Earth stuff, yeah, nobody else believes you either. Like if you in the South, right? People in the South, or if you someplace like you know, it was in New York, it was in LA. Now you somewhere else, right? And you like, yeah, I'm trying to do my music. Was you listening to the LA Dream Team saying y'all make shit like that? Or was you listening to Run DMC? How many of y'all remember the LA Dream Team? If you don't remember LA Dream Team, don't tell me nothing. Don't talk until you Google LA Dream Team and watch that video, and then we can talk. On Drink Champs, Nori always asks who's better, Cube or Scarface, when he asks questions and you have to take shots if you don't answer. I'm gonna have to get at the face. At they peaks, you know, or at Ice Cube's peak. Well, I say this. My favorite Ice Cube album is Death Certificate. Probably Death Certificate followed by that EP he did when he first came out here with Public Enemy with Jacking for Beats and all that. My favorite Scarface project would have to be Mr. Scarface is Back, followed by probably that Ghetto Boys album. Now, those two, if I, because both of them, to me, Cube, he kind of fell off. Like, he definitely wasn't the same Cube. Like, even like all that West Coast connection, I ain't like that shit. Yeah, if those two projects, I had to take a drink. I had to take a drink on that because both of them had some songs on there, like that summer vacation shit. Matter of fact, VC Real, he said St. Louis. He said, nigga start talking our game. Saying, but that another nigga in the morgue, son, is on another level. That Scarface, another nigga in the morgue, is on another level. Like, that shit is bar after bar of fire. Y'all had to take a drink if I thought about them at their peaks. But I would have to give it to Face. Face, I thought, at least for my taste, he got a little more immersed in the southern sound. So like by the time he was coming out with songs like I Never Seen a Man Cry Till I Seen a Man Die, like those are songs that I respected, the lyrics and the style and all that, but they, the whole song as a whole wasn't my style, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's a good one. I would give it to Face though. Battery check there. He said nobody messing with Dre on the beats. In terms of total production quality and value, I can agree with you. But Marley is the king, son. Look, I know what y'all thinking. That it's been a long time, but listen, Marley's the king, son. It's something that counts. See, people could get to a high level, right? But it's something that counts for being a pioneer, son. The whole way how hip hop is done right now is just different variations of the Juice Crew. Do you realize that you gotta get pretty much like from around 1986, you gotta get to like into the 2000s before you can come up with somebody that don't have no connection to Marley Marl. Premier is a protege of Marley Marl. Large Professor, protege of Marley Marl. Who was my man that produced Salt and Pepper and Kid of Play in them? Protege of Marley Marl. You know what I'm saying? Those of y'all that's from the Wu-Tang era, remember, the Genius was signed to Cold Chillin'. You know what I'm saying? This formula that is the Wu-Tang, when we first saw it in New York, that's what we thought. Juice Crew. They were never a solid group like Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of them being a crew, having their own label, that's Marley Marl. And just, if we just go down the list, Biggie Smalls, right, was put on by Mr. C, Big Daddy Kane's DJ in the Juice Crew. Mr. C, protege of Marley Marl. Jay-Z was put on by Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane took him on tour. Marley Marl. Like, we can keep going down the look. Rakim. Marley Marl synthesized it. I memorized it. Cool G Rap. Marley Marl. Karish One. Even though it's from an adversarial point of view. Marley Marl. So, you know, Nas, Marley Marl said he got put on by Large Professor. So to me, Marley's just the king, son. And people, you could put out the saying, the House of Hits was rocking, G. It was rocking, G. It's just that the way they was doing it, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, of course, Wu-Tang came after them, so they perfected certain things. But, son, from Sucker DJs, 793rd. I forgot we have a resident hip-hop historian. 793rd, when did Sucker DJs come out? Son, by the time Sucker DJs came out, son, Marley Marl warmed it up, G. He lit it up, son. Son, that Roxanne, Shantae, that whole back and forth, son, that took hip-hop out of New York, G. That's the first hip-hop a lot of niggas was hearing, was the UTFO, and then remember, UTFO did that record with Shaka Khan. But all of that whole build-up, that whole, you know, publicity, that was some, like, Magic Bird shit. You know what I'm saying? That took hip-hop to a different level and shit. If it wasn't for, I mean, there's other people, you know what I'm saying? Russell Simmons, if it wasn't for the Beastie Boys, you know what I'm saying? They was another people that just in terms of the business of hip-hop and putting it front and center, right, in front of the people who got the resources, you know what I'm saying, to make it blow up. You know, it was other people, but son, Marley Marl is the king. Let me tell you, man. Listen. Funny story. You know, I don't go in. Son, me and RZA had that. I mean, I don't want to say argument like we getting all heated, but yes, I had to tell RZA, nah, son, you not over Marley. And that's my brother. You know, RZA's my man, but say, and listen, he also had a great run. You know, at least equal. But see, here's the thing, right? You gotta remember, most of those Ghost albums is not RZA. Guaranteed, that first, what's your name? He did the lion's share of that. But I'm saying the entire Wu-Tang mystique, right? Including, right? There was at least one, maybe two songs that he played in that battle with Premier that he didn't produce. So I'm just saying, man, you know, I didn't want to go on that rant, but that's listen, man. No, nobody don't ever leave the king out, son. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. There's other niggas that y'all be leaving out, son. Niggas ain't fucking with Larry Smith, son. Niggas ain't fucking with Larry Smith, G. If half of these niggas gonna be on the list, son, niggas ain't fucking with Larry Smith. Niggas is still You know, Larry Smith showed niggas how hip hop was supposed to sound, son. When niggas was trying all type of shit, son. Larry Smith that produced the Houdini 5 Minutes of Funk shit, son. Larry Smith that produced Big Mouth and Friends and all that shit. Niggas ain't fucking with Larry Smith, son. Nah, yeah, listen, man. Y'all would really, really, really don't ever leave Larry Smith out. Arabian Prince. I know that name, but I can't place him right now. Oakland had Too Short and Richie Rich, and yeah, you know they pioneers and everything. Like I remember when people was coming out here and they was playing Too Short, and it was like, yeah, we was, you know, like you know you got it, like the shit he's saying and shit is funny or whatever, but you know we listened to Rakim and shit at that time. Like, you know, he didn't have that kind of savoir faire, that flair with the style, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I remember hearing Too Short. What's the other dude from out there in the Bay Area, too? The dude that, he got his own slang and shit. E40. You know, we heard E40, you know, but in those days, you know, and that other dude, I didn't really like him at all, though. Like, E40, he had like a couple of joints I really, because first of all, I didn't understand the slang. Like, I didn't understand what he was saying. You know what I mean? But that other dude, I didn't like him at all. Spice One, he was real big out there. I didn't understand what it was about him, but yeah, but I'm saying even if we talking about, you know, I mean the West, the Midwest, like who's we supposed to be listening to? Chingy? I'm just saying, like, you know, people keep saying this, and I'm just saying that what I noticed is y'all don't listen to them either. That you know, first impressions have got to count for something. You know, we see the first artists that come from there, they don't know what they're doing. Why are we supposed to listen to the rest of it? 91 and 94 shit went competitively hard from Leaders of the New School, Hit Squad, Cube, Who's Raga, Boot Camp, Gangstar, Bad Boy, Woo, the whole QB, Far Side, Domino. Yeah, but Domino to me, really, he had that one record. MC Bree. You talking about Hickeys on Your Chest? Yeah, that was another one that was like one record. And it mostly blew up. Like, I heard it, you know, I heard girls playing this shit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, the Hit Squad is definitely underrated. Boot Camp. I don't know. You know, they got some stellar shit, and they got some other shit I don't fuck with. Cube tries to go super political, but then club, but he not consistent musically. I mean, yeah, he lost. Ice Cube is one of them artists, right? Like, you got artists that, say like LL Cool J, right? LL Cool J can put out an album right now and do about the same numbers. Because the stuff that he's talking about, you know, it don't require, like, it's certain music that certain people do that it requires that edge. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta kind of be there and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can't be rubbing elbows with, like, feel like this. Ice Cube from LA, right? Nigga, you can only make that record out of South Central, nigga. You can't do that out of Van Nuys or Beverly Hills or one of these other. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's a certain edge and the certain things that you talking about. You gotta be there. You understand what I'm saying? You know, especially to get to that real, you know, gritty root and express that shit like Ice Cube did. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that from a cushy mansion. You know, that's, you know, other people I thought, you know, especially when, see, with Ice Cube, that's another thing. He make the kind of music that is difficult to evolve from. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, with Ice Cube, you can't go from, you know, straight out of Compton to, you know, Big Willie style or something like that. You know what I mean? Like Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Will Smith as a rapper, he never had no particular kind of edge where it's like, nah, you gotta be in that world. You know what I'm saying? He making records about parents don't understand and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Damn, son. Hold on, man. Stop the fucking presses. How did y'all get me on this topic? Wait a minute. Stop the fucking presses. How did nobody notice that? How did nobody notice that? That this man's first record was Girls of the World, Ain't Nothing But Trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. 793rd, how did you allow that? How did you allow that to escape? How did you allow that to escape our attention? That this is the man that made Girls of the World Ain't Nothing But Trouble. And now, he's up there apologizing for violence.
You ain't got fucking you ain't got Darkim here to save you now, bitch.
Let's just have a moment of silence right now. Let's take a moment and let that sink in. So at 18, this man knew what time it was. And at 50, at 50, you end up on stage like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't make this stuff up, I just report it. I don't make this stuff up, I just report it. America's Most Wanted. That's the EP, right? That's the EP with the Gangsta's Fairy Tale. Little kids, they all know me. Come sit on the lap of ICE. Let me tell you a little story or two about a punk ass nigga I knew named Jack. Was it that nimble? Was it that quick? Jump over the candlestick and burn this dick. That was my shit right there. There's a girl named Jill at the bus stop, drop a line or two, and he had the hoe. At this type of shit, he's a pro. So Jack and Jill went up the hill to catch a little nap. Dumb bitch gave him the clap. Then he went on to see Dr. Bombay. That was my joint right there. Look, I'm not against Q, but I just think, once he started getting into other things, it had an impact on his music that it just wasn't the same. And I think sometimes, like Pac and Biggie benefit from that, right? Is that passing away, they passed away at their peaks, right? So that's the only real thing for you to judge them on. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, yeah, for some groups, I do be thinking that it's like, yeah, you had these 3 classic albums, but then you kept going and you had like 6 garbage albums, right? So, and see, music is kind of that way, where people get judged by these successes, right? Like Jimmy Iovine, right? He's judged by, you signed Pac and this motherfucker and that motherfucker, right? You signed Pac and this motherfucker and that motherfucker. But guess what? He also signed hundreds of motherfuckers that ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Russell Simmons signed dozens of motherfuckers that ain't do nothing. Suge Knight signed dozens of motherfuckers that ain't do nothing. You understand what I'm saying? But he's known for Snoop. So, that's how I look at it. You know what I mean? That, sometimes, you either gotta, know how to go back to that original well that you got, because, is in everything is like that. You know what I mean? Where it's like, yo, in the time when the motherfucker had to grind, you know what I'm saying? He was putting out that work, but then once the nigga get fat, he not putting out that work like that no more. Right, that's what I'm saying. VC around Scarface, he got a lot, his catalog. That's why I say you got to give it to Scarface. To me, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you just want to speak in terms of their peaks, you know what I'm saying? Now I got to take a drink. But if you just saying Scarface Cube, Scarface. So I gotta catch back up. Let's see some of these people y'all naming here. Got the mathematician. Whoa, I'm way back. Yeah, Biz, you know, Biz is one of my favorite people. Like that, Biz Markie is Going Off is one of my top albums. Hardcore shit. Listen, first Wu album, Ghostface shit, Rakim shit, doesn't matter, son. Listen, that Biz Markie is Going Off is fucking classic, my G. That shit is some top of the top shit. I don't care what nobody says, son. You know, if we talk about, you know, top 10 rappers, top 20 rappers, top 50 rappers, we might not put Biz in there. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about that era, you had people like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I suspect that's how people feel about today's music too. You know what I mean? But, you know, for me, dudes like Guru, you know, they wasn't necessarily excellent MCs. They made great records. Great records. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes back in the days was like that. They knew how to make great records. Right? LA, Marley Marl. Pete Rock, another protege of Marley Marl. Pete Rock is Marley Marl's, Pete Rock is Marley Marl's cousin, and CL Smooth was Grand Puba's cousin. Yeah, dude, say it. Marley is the fucking king, G. Now look, you see what you're saying right here? You said straight out of Compton, Jack that I desire Hurry Love Blood beat. Saying. And look, this is what I told I was born a while ago. I didn't want to listen. I know I'm probably gonna lose all my subscribers, you know what I'm saying? Look, it was nice knowing y'all. But when Dr. Dre first came out, his music sounded like Marley Marl. Like during the time they had that video, I think it was Release Yourself or something. The shit where like they was on the chain gang or something, and the CO was on the horse. If you listen to those records, and look, I'm saying everybody was doing that. Marley's the king. He was rocking, you know, all of the top artists was coming through him. You know what I'm saying? Big Daddy Kane. When LL Cool J wanted to bring himself back, he went through Marley. Everybody was going through Marley. So of course, you know what I'm saying, that's mostly what you was hearing on the radio at that time. So I'm not condemning him or nothing like that. But I'm saying that when Dr. Dre first came out, he was doing a Marley Marl imitation. The same thing, go back and listen to a record called I Manifest. If you go back and listen to a record called I Manifest, Premier is doing his best impression of a Marley Marl beat. And then, to bring it up to what Knowledge Born said, when the P-Funk came out, then you started hearing the G-Funk. Where was the P-Funk before You Got to Chill? I mean, maybe it was around and I didn't hear it yet, but you know, that would be my question. Where was the G-Funk before you got to chill? Definitely tragedy. You gotta put tragedy up at the apex. You know, for you know, longevity, man. Like I can't think of nobody that's still making records right now that was out before tragedy. Any be lacing cats. You know, MC Shan. You know, MC Shan went a long way. You want me to tell you one thing that y'all might don't, you know what I mean? 793rd. Was MC Shan the first voice that didn't sound like this, didn't rhyme, and didn't talk like that? Was MC Shan the first MC like that? That he just had style and shit. Like his voices sound like everybody else, but when he just hit hip hop, he said out in the dark. He used to do it out in the park. Every day they said his name and bring him along, otherwise known as Mean T-Tone. He just had that style where it was like, yo, son, this shit is rocking. I remember, I think MC Shan was the first dude that, you know, I ain't doing no harmonizing, none of that shit. I'm just about to kick that shit. Tribe Called Quest versus Native Tongues. Tribe Called Quest was Native Tongues. Like that was like the beginning of me knowing about Native Tongues was the Buddy remix. Like all those groups have been around for, you know, at least a little while, and they might have already had that coalition. But the first I recall was the Buddy remix, and that was I remember Q-Tip being on there, De La Soul, Moni Love, and so, you know, Tribe Called Quest is like founding members of Native Tongues. Native Tongues is Queen Latifah, De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, Brand Nubian, Moni Love, Leaders of the New School. Busta Rhymes, Native Tongues too. Marley Marl is more so a producer or executive producer. See, that's what I'm telling you, son. Marley invented the game. See, the executive producer is the person who put the money up. So if we using my studio, you know what I'm saying? The shit is being recorded at my house, right? It's my equipment, my musical talent. I'm executive producer. It's my electricity. So, you got Marley Marl, Fly Tie, and the white guy who had the juice of Warner Brothers, that's the president of Cold Chillin'. They putting the money up. But son, that's what I'm saying. You can't. Marley is all of that. Like, it wasn't until a lot of money started coming into hip hop where it's like, okay, yes, it's extra money for all these sideline people over here and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, at that time, they making records and just taking them to the radio to play them and shit. You know what I mean? Because they getting money off of shows. Oh, did the Native Tongues kick Busta Rhymes out? 793rd, I can't recall the question now. I remember I asked you a question when something happened. You said Bill understand, but I can't recall I remember I was trying to mark some type of time for something. They kick Africa. They kick Africa out of native tongues too. Get out of here. Mac Dre, yeah, we wasn't really too up on Mac Dre. The hyphy movement, like all that kind of taking pills culture hadn't reached New York yet. Yeah, Jay Dilla, he got some joints. But Jay Dilla he was very versatile. You know what I'm saying? So not all of the different types of music that he used to do I was into. You know what I'm saying? But the stuff that he did that was in my lane, yeah, Jay Dilla had some fly shit. Strictly Beats with Dre, I still, I can't. And then with Dre, there's well, we about to cut off anyway, so we just rock. We got just a couple lines left. We'll rock until they out. But with Dre, and that's not only with Dre. That's with a lot of producers. Uh, is some dispute as to how much of that stuff he made. Like, you got Daz saying he made a lot of the stuff. Scott Storch, like multiple, many different people. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and at the end of the day, uh, I don't know if Dre got catalog for Marley. You know what I'm saying? That whole death row thing, and again, my bad, you know what I'm saying? If whoever I offend here, y'all probably be going forever, but that whole death row thing is a little bit overrated. Like, Snoop had one, very good album. But after that, the rest of that stuff was it to me, you know, you had to be from the West Coast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, those Dog Pound albums and all of that. You know, it just had that. I can't really call it, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Then you get the Pac era when he come out there, but again, that's one album. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, I mean, those was great work he did at NWA, but I don't know if you're gonna put that over Marley, son. I don't know if you're gonna put that over Marley, man. You know what I'm saying? That Big Daddy Kane second album with Lean on Me and all that shit, which Marley got some issues with that too. Marley got some issues with that too, where a lot of people be saying we made our own beats and shit, and Marley put his stamp on it. So at the end of the day, yeah, I guess that's a wash. You know what I mean? But I still got Marley saying that. Rapping Forte. Y'all remember these names, but you know, all of this was the era, yeah, where we wasn't listening to. We wasn't listening to this stuff. Yeah. DJ Quick, I remember, is DJ Quick the one that made that shit where the shit said bitch? Was that Quick?